Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd do something different today and take a look at a comedy piece which has been interesting me over the last couple of weeks. Not just one, it's not only the one piece that's been interesting me. It's something by Sach Baron Cohen. I'm sure that you all know who he is. This English guy who is Jewish, and he seems to go around making lots of jokes and doing things which people find controversial, but also extremely funny as well. He seems to be on the left, and his satire, we can say, is aimed mostly at pompous and right-wing people. He recently did a series called "Who is America," where he deceived some famous people like Dick Cheney and OJ Simpson, and that's what we'll be looking at today. People have different ideas about this guy. Some see him as a kind of angel of the left who is just revealing all the deception which has been practiced on us by the politicians and people in power, and he makes them look foolish, and it's a great thing. Other people say that it's an invasion of privacy, and he's misusing his ability to access high-profile people. I think before getting into all that, it's best to take a look at something that he did. So one of the things I found particularly amusing was his hotel conversation with OJ Simpson, the ex-American football player who was accused of killing his wife. And in what was called the trial of the century, he was acquitted, and they decided he didn't do this. Lots of people still think he did. And apparently Sach Baron Cohen said that he was hoping on this occasion to actually get him to confess to the crime. People will take different points of view about a statement like that as well. Anyway, he's in the... let me just fill in the situation. They're in a hotel room together, and Sach Baron Cohen is dressed in a disguise as an Italian businessman with an Italian girlfriend, and he's telling OJ that Sheikh in Oman is very interested in him and wants to know more about him, and especially about what happened with his wife. And basically he's ready to pay a lot of money, and OJ is listening to him. So let's bring it up. By the way, you're not going to hear me laughing a lot because I've seen it before, and in fact many times. So I'm more kind of thinking about the issues that lie behind this, and if it is funny, why it's funny, things like that. Okay.
Non vi piacerebbe vivere una vita da ricchi e famosi? Questa settimana Joe è a Las Vegas per incontrare un eroe americano nonché attivista per i diritti delle donne.
To good friends.
To good friends, hopefully new friends.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let me introduce my girlfriend, and then we talk a little business.
Okay.
Christina, sit down, sit down.
Very good.
Sì, vai, che bella voce, mi dia.
Sì, no, ma infatti va bene, mamma mia.
Che bella, sei bella oggi.
Oggi.
Sei bella oggi.
Oggi?
Sei bella Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo.
Sì, Buffalo Bill, Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill, football americano.
Ma va, ma
No,
come
I
faccio?
played a long time ago.
OJ Simpson, Naked Gun, 1, 2, 3.
Che ne so io Naked Gun?
But it doesn't matter.
I'm so
It doesn't
embarrassed.
matter. But they're funny movies.
OJ, ya la 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 la.
Oh mamma mia, OJ!
Oh,
OJ.
yeah, she knows that. Oh, Jesus.
OJ, oh my god!
Help me.
Ammazzate il ragazzo!
Sì.
Oh mamma mia! Wow!
OJ, la 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 la. La 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 la
So
la.
nice to meet you.
Ah, ok.
Oh, my
Very nice to
God.
I'm so sorry. Gli davo 50
bello.
anni, sì, no?
Che bello.
50 anni gli davo, sì. No,
She
70.
say you're very handsome.
Well, thank you.
It's okay. You can
She's
try.
gorgeous.
Yeah, okay. You can enjoy it.
Gra-
Just don't la 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 la. I'm joking.
No.
No. Sì, vai.
Ma voglio stare qua, perché devo andare? Che
We gotta
problema
talk a
c'è?
business now.
Ma va. Ma guarda questo, tu un po'. Vaffanculo.
Gorgeous.
She's gorgeous, but sometimes I want to kill her, you know?
Hey.
I want to send her on a private helicopter tour over the Grand Canyon. Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie.
Oopsie daisy. Ba.
Stop.
No. Maybe I send her on a bungee jump, you know? Oh, the cord.
Cord extra long.
Cord extra
Yeah.
long. Oh,
It's too
bang.
long.
Oh, hey. How was I to know that it was extra elasticated?
You.
Oh. No, but I've been very unlucky in love. My ex-wife.
You seem lucky in love to me.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
seem
I don't love her. Sometimes I want to completely kill her.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
If I do, you introduce me to Cochrane.
Yeah, Johnny, man. I would have to introduce you in the afterlife.
What? You didn't kill him too, did you?
Oh, stop. Man, Jesus.
Listen, my business partner is a Sheikh Mansour.
Yeah.
He wants a one-on-one just with you and him. And he is obsessed about what happened the night with the wife.
Yeah.
And he wants you to tell him.
What wife?
The one you shot.
Well, first of all, she wasn't my wife.
Oh.
We had been divorced and separated.
Oh,
for
yeah.
2 years,
Sorry.
right?
I'm
And
sorry, I
second,
didn't know.
do it. Well, if he's obsessed, hey, look.
We want you to be 100% truthful how you got away with it. That's what he wants to know.
Hey, I didn't get away with nothing.
Hey, I didn't get away with anything with my wife either. She committed suicide.
Look out, stop.
She got depressed and she put herself into a bag full of rocks and then managed to drag herself into the sea. It was not
You
amazing.
weren't charged, so good for you.
Me and you, we got something in common. We both, how you say, lady killers. You know, it's not what it sounds like. In Italian, it translates to somebody who murders women.
No, I ain't killed nobody.
Oh, I didn't either. What I hate about the press is you make one a tiny little slip, and that's all they remember you for.
Yeah.
You're not the OJ the touchdown. You're not the OJ the movie star.
Yeah.
You kill two silly people, and suddenly you're OJ the murderer.
Stop.
You wanna have some cheese?
No, I'm fine.
You wanna have some cheese? Should I hide the knives? Hide the knives. OJ is in the town.
Okay, well, this is an incredibly unusual situation, you can say, especially for something comedic. You have a comedian interviewing a famous sports star who was accused of and acquitted of killing his wife. And the comedian, as well as trying to get laughs, he's trying to make the guy confess to the secret camera that he actually did the murder. So you have all sorts of levels of interest going on, really. It's the interest of getting a laugh and the thing being funny. There's the interest of the being the fly on the wall and listening to a conversation that OJ is having with which he thinks is secret, with somebody who's offering him a lot of money, and we think that, you know, if there, you know, we might learn things which we wouldn't learn otherwise as flies on the wall. Sacha Baron Cohen is according to his own words, trying to get the guy to confess to doing the murder. And I don't know if even if he had confessed, if he had confessed, I don't know it would have made any difference anyway, because of the double indemnity thing. You can't be tried again, can you, for something that you've already been found innocent for? So anyway, you have all those levels of interest going on, and this is not really unusual for Sacha Baron Cohen. He invents all these characters and then tests them out, and then puts them in the middle of some kind of conflict situation where nobody knows how it's all going to turn out. So you've got that reality television interest on the one hand, and yeah, you've got the fact that he's playing it up for laughs on the other. So it should be funny. There's some really kind of critical moments here where he's playing it for laughs, but on the other hand, it's also very pointed. So, talking about Johnny Cochran, OJ says he's dead, and Sacha says, "Oh, you didn't kill him too, did you?" And these are very pointed remarks. And of course, when he's going on about wanting to, sometimes he'd like to kill his wife and his girlfriend and things like this. By the way, the girl, I do speak Italian, and I'm sure the girl who, well, I'm not sure actually, they didn't say much, but the accent sounded very genuine, so I'm guessing she probably really was Italian, and she gave him a nice Italian insult at the end there when she walked out of the room. Yeah, it's amusing, and at the same time a bit creepy when she can't remember anything about OJ. She doesn't know anything about OJ, but as soon as he kind of brings to her mind the fact that he murdered his wife, or he's said to have murdered his wife, she remembered him. So as with Sacha Baron Cohen all the time, you've got that kind of double thing going on. It's just, on the one level, it's just another comedy show, but on the other, because of the fact that he's interacting with real people in his comic guises, there's a whole new level of interest there. And this is really something that can either go very, very well or can go very, very badly. Some of the stuff that Sacha Baron Cohen does is cringeworthy, and you just squirm in your seat. Although even then, it's usually kind of interesting. One of the questions I think that we need to ask is, why is he doing it this way? He says that his hero was Peter Sellers, and anyone who remembers Peter Sellers, well, I'm sure everybody's seen the Pink Panther films and Inspector Clouseau, knows that he was like this too. He was dressing up and disguising himself in different ways, taking on different personas. However, as far as I know, he didn't actually mix with people who didn't know who he was. Peter Sellers was a comic actor. Sacha Baron Cohen has taken it onto another level by creating these characters and then putting himself into situations where he interacts with them, and you basically don't know what happens. He interacts with all these famous people like Dick Cheney, and a very funny one actually was with Buzz Aldrin, the astronaut who landed on the moon. And usually the best of these interviews, these Ali G interviews, the best of them were with people who were kind of kindly and were trying to explain to the stupid Ali G the most obvious things, and the Buzz Aldrin comes into that category. Maybe I can find it sometime and we can take a look at it together. But yeah, so going back to this, there's a climax at the end where he offers OJ cheese and said, "Would you like some cheese?" That seems a reasonable thing for a rich Italian businessman to offer. But then he stands up and says, "Shall I either the knives?" which is a good place to end the clip, I think. He's got, at his best, he's got great comic timing. He knows what's going to be funny and what isn't going to be funny. So, yeah, first time viewing this, I think anybody who knows OJ Simpson and knows about his life and what happened and the trial of the century and so on and so forth is going to find this incredibly interesting on a human level, but also very, very funny as well. So I think this is probably one of the best things that Sacha Baron Cohen ever did. Somebody once said that he's got balls of steel, and I think that's about what it amounts to. It's he just goes places that other people don't go, and he says things that other people don't say. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but it must take incredible courage and fortitude to just put yourself out there the whole time and keep in character when people are paying for your blood. And yet he's great at it. He just keeps in character the whole time. This is a very intelligent guy. Of course, he went to Cambridge University. Probably would have ended up as a lawyer or something if he wasn't a comic actor. He's created all these characters like Borat and Aladdin, Ali G, and all these new ones who are on Who is America. He's become so famous now that he creates a character and then more or less has to get rid of it and create another one before the next spoof, because everybody knows who he is and knows who the character is. But yeah, he's a chameleon, so it seems to be no problem for him. So in the future, maybe we can take a look at the one with Dick Cheney. That's a good one, and also the one with Buzz Aldrin for sure. So I hope you enjoyed this, and there are some important issues here. We touched on some of them today, but some of the others maybe we can look at in other videos. So thanks for listening, and see you next time.